Hey, 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 greetings and salutations. I'm Big Brother. Welcome to my ephemera show. At my feet, I've got 20 books. All half of them are at least from the 1800s, and the rest of them are from the early 1900s. I'll go through and show them to you if you and quote you a price as I will be selling them. If you want them, go ahead and throw a bid on them. If you see it and somebody's already got a bid on it and you want it more, add a buck to your bid and throw it out there. Make make sure that you put your chat in live chat and refresh as often as you can. There's been a lot of lag going around for the past week or two in all different kinds of stations, and I imagine it's a combination of a couple things. One is the solar flares. When we're doing that. This is the peak year for all the solar activity. It just didn't go up to December and stop. No, it keeps going. It's the sun. It's huge. So its fits last for a while, like 5 or 6 years. But this is supposed to be the peak year, and for our internets not to be working properly, it's to be expected. Plus, I imagine old evil Bond villain Elon Musk is messing around with everybody's internet, so everybody has to use his. Sounds like a conspiracy theory, but it also actually sounds like something you do. Um, yeah. So I hope everybody's having a great day. It's it's rainy off and on here, but it's nice and cool and overcast, but kind of sunny when it wants to be. It's one of those days. I rather like it. Um, I like the brightness of the sun, but it doesn't have to be all shining down on me and stuff. So, a little bit of light, a little bit of clouds, nice breeze. It's a good day. Um, Wearing my one of my favorite shirts, my Hawaiian shirt. So, everything but the grass skirt. Oh, you can thank me for that later. Sitting here, I'm going to be on Amber's show Thursday, Treasure Scavengers, on her Harley Davidson show. You'll be selling a lot of Harley Davidsons merchandise. I saw some leather jackets, but yeah, there's a lot of that she has, and yeah, we'll see. I'm really not sure what I'm supposed to do there because I can sell some old things, maybe show some old books, show some of my older merchandise. I do have a lot of merchandise that I'm taking down off my eBay store as I transition into uh, ephemera. I'm probably going to stick with ephemera and maybe a few odds and ends here and there. Believe it or not, Boys Bears sell pretty good for me online and off, so might as well stick with that. I get them for a pretty good price when they come up to auction. Uh, let's see. Surprisingly, I've been selling a lot of these Christmas books. What October, November, I was trying to sell them. Nobody wanted the things, but now that it's the middle of the year, they seem to be doing better. Is it because I have different people, or I don't know? And I've always got postcards, and my postcards are always going to be $2 each. However, for that show, I've got a pile down here that I'm looking at. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at probably about 500 or 600 postcards in a tote, and they're all 1900s, 1910s postcards. Most of them are topographical, but not all of them. Um, yeah, so you know, just need peek. Everything in this envelope. Those are all the undivided backs, all the ones made between 1901 and 1907. You know, Undivided Backs, which is a thing. You can go look them up on your online. They're all like that, and some of them are real photos in here, real photo postcards, and some of them are topographical, some of them are people, things like that. I might sell that chunk of cards. Uh, I've got probably 50 or 60 more over here. They're all linen cards, things like that. I could bring those out. And I don't know. I think this Thursday for a giveaway, I think I might actually get around to selling that 1745 book. If you've not seen it, it is right here. Everybody's invoices. But, this is a book. As you can see, it's spine split, but the stuff's still in there, right? And it does have that issue. Look at that writing, right? And I know it's signed 1808, but the copyright on it 1745, and it's a religious book. So, yeah, and it's barely hanging on. So, I was gonna give this away. Maybe I'd be more apt to sell it. Started at 5, something small. But I don't know. It's a pretty cool book. It's actual history, right? Because it's religious in nature, doesn't phase me one way or the other. Most of the books that survive from this time period are going to be religious in nature. They're the ones that are coveted the most, throughout the family, or put away in the bookshelf and never touched. So uh, that happens. That's why most of them are religious. And in the old West days, now you're thinking when the country wasn't 1745, the country wasn't there. You're just talking. What was I saying? ADHD. Whoop, it's gone. Uh, yeah. As people were expanding to the West, they took their Bibles with them. They had to bring them over from Britain. So I have no idea where I was going with that, but here it is. You got some beautiful books, some quirky books. See what we got here. Some of them have like a cover missing, maybe, or I have all the covers, but the cover came off. But I have people here that like the overly loved books like these. They're used. Mark Twain book here. Samuel Clemens. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. 1946. So there's that, and a lot of the cover is actually in here. So the spine cover, but it is brittle. The outside of it's brittle anyway. The inside is just fine. Things like that, and it still has its gilding. That's we're gonna have to turn this up just slightly. There, woo, there. See the shine? Yeah, that's the gilding on the pages. Got some small books in here. They're old when you see them like that. You just know they're old. And I thought I was ready, and I wasn't. I swear I went through all these. I guess not. This one's in complete Spanish. Ooh, it's something. Telocelio, Telocelio. It looks like a play almost. Boy fed dick. Hmm. Well, I do not know Spanish. I know some base words, right? But El Castigo sin venganza. Anybody want to tell me what that is? El Castigo sin venganza. Comedia en tres actos. Comedian, maybe something? I don't know. Somebody was born in Madrid on the 25th of November, 562. That's a long time ago. But yeah, here we go. And this was given to somebody Taylor. Beautiful books, beautiful books. Mm, mm. Oh, let's see. I think I have. And one of these is. Oh, yeah. This one's pretty cool. Look at that one. Isn't this one sharp? I had to go track this one down. It's got lovely press press work on the spine. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous book. Still got all the gilding in it. Um, How to be a good reporter. Mm-hmm. The eBay doth bother me. Oh my goodness. So here's some kind of bookmark that was in it. I did go through all these books and comped them all. Looked them up on eBay, see how much they're going for. And this one's in gorgeous condition, but I'll try and sell it here first. If it doesn't sell here, then I'll put it on eBay. And that's how I've been doing things. I have one more Tuesday that I can do this on. Uh, I got some books that you have not seen, and I might go back over some of the others that I showed on the first week that I did this. And yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, this is the ones that's got the color on the pages. So there's that. 1877. Things like that. Things of this nature. So hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody's had a good Mother's Day. I hope all the mothers out there got treated well. Field book of the. Oh yeah, this one's pretty cool. Each in one volume, fully illustrated, including many color plates. This is the Field Book of Trees and Shrubs, copyright 1915. Ding. Isn't this a beautiful book? This is a beautiful book. Plenty of pictures in here. I'm almost inclined to keep this one. But I'll give it a shot. But I like I said, I've looked this one up on eBay. It sells for a good amount, especially one in this good condition. So this one might be a little pricier, but it's in gorgeous shape. I mean, full color illustrations, good detailed ones. Let me pull out one of these. So, you know, if you want to know your trees, a nutmeg hickory, bitternut swamp hickory, a rose from the rose family, a rose. Thanks. Buttonwood, Platanus occidentalis, or something like that. Looks like those little things that get stuck to your pants when you're walking through the woods. Little birds. It's a gorgeous book. It really is. And here's some actual photos of the bark so you can tell the trees apart. Gorgeous, gorgeous book. But this one will be looked at about halfway through. I'll probably bring it out, show y'all. I know somebody wanted the smaller books. I got one of Lorna Doone. It's a small book. It's probably a 6 by something. This is volume 2 of the Romance of Exmoor. This one's 1800s, more than likely. I had all this stuff looked up, and where are all my tags? Okay, so yeah, I guess we're gonna go ahead and start this show. I'm gonna start pulling numbers down and assign numbers to these books. So if you're catching this on the replay and you want to say, hey, I want a book, you just put in the number that you want. If I don't have your information, here, this is me, Big Bro Auctions. There's my email. Send me your name, your YouTube name, and your name if they're different, and your address and your PayPal address, because I invoice through PayPal and I ship through pirate ship like everybody else on the planet. And I've been saying this for a while, but I'm working on Venmo and Cash App. I want to increase my selling rate. Yeah, other people have other apps and they don't like PayPal, so if I do that, open that up, then maybe that'll increase my sellability, if that's a word. So, yep. So that's where we're gonna go. Okay, well, we got some in here. Let's go ahead and give it a go. I'm gonna start with the Lorna Doone that I just had shown. The pages are good. Nothing's torn, nothing's ripped. Teeny tiny writing. Probably got to wear your reading glasses to read this one. Let's see. I had all these looked up and all my things are gone. Okay, so here's the front. It's really nice scroll work all the way around. As you can see, this is all silver on blue. The back, it appears to have gotten wet at one point in time, but just the cover, as the inside is okay. So somebody probably laid it down on a puddle or something and then go, oh my God, and just didn't bother laying it up. And the same with the side. Because of the condition issues of the book, this again, this is late 1800s, early 1900s. Darn. I would venture to say that this is late 1800s because there is no copyright date. Lorna Doone, Little Blue Book. Because of the condition, I do $3 on this one. It is complete. It is whole. It is sturdy book. All the pages are as they should be. I was told not to do this because book lovers hate that. Whatever. I'm just showing the integrity of the book. So I guess I'll stop doing this. Yeah, that was for somebody. $3. Be interested in a Lorna Doone book? Here you go. Let's see. Somebody asked for dimensions. Oh, I shouldn't have to do this. Yeah. Yeah, it's a 4x6 book. So that person out there that asked about the 4x6 books, this is one. I want $3 for this, and it's going to be number 18. If you want this book, Lorna Doone, number 18, $3. Put that there. Ooh, let's and pulled out a plum. Oh, here's a teeny weeny one. It is called. Let me turn this light down just a scotch. There we go. Yay. Okay. Message of the Bells. Here's the front cover. It is a thin book. The back is blank. Ooh, look at this. This one's just full of colored pages. Well, this was signed to somebody from the 1940s. Bob. And it's a story of. It's a story. Message of the Bells. This is a gorgeous book. Good. All the illustrations. And it's got songs. Message of the Bells. Sorry. So, let me see. Yeah, that's it. Let me see the. Yeah. Okay, yeah. A little bit of ditties in there. This is the message of the bells. He's a ding dong, ding ding dong. Okay, and the back. This is a nice book. I'm gonna have to be all in on this one for. Uh, I'll do 5 on this one. It's in gorgeous condition, full color pages. Yeah, it's a skinny book, but it's a Christmassy book. It tells a story, and let's see, X before the L is 1942 is the copyright on this. Going into the war, number 2. Greetings and salutations, Bubbles. uh, Gorgeous book, it really is. I would like this to go to one of my people. Yep, yes, I did. So, the gorgeous book. If you're into Message of the Bells, is going to be number 14 for $5. Mm-hmm. Whew. Okay, so this book has nice press work on it. Pretty detailed, gorgeous. Uh, the story of the Constitution. Let's send this to Washington. Anyway, it has some issues, as you can see. The spines. I don't know what's up with the spines, but they're the ones. The spines are always facing out in a library on a shelf. So that's probably why they take so much damage. Heat and we're gonna get rid of that. So I need a pulling thread. Yeah. Okay, so this is the complete title of this. Uh, to the people of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, this work designed to aid the cause of education and to promote and encourage the study of the Constitution of the United States by her ingenious youth is respectfully dedicated by one who gratefully acknowledged that her territory is the land of his birth and the home of his choice, the author. 1840s, the number on this book. So yeah, this one's a kind of old. It's in fairly good condition for a book of that age. Uh, it's approaching 200 on this one. My goodness. Privileged of both houses. Impeachments. Oh, look, there's a whole thing on impeachments here. Oh, it's really hard not to be political when I come across this stuff. 1865 is the amended copyright. Okay, 1865. So 135, 100, over 150 years old for this book. The story on the Constitution, not of the. It's a story on the Constitution. Uh, like I said, it has condition issues, but I seriously can't let it go for less than. I'm gonna. It's got some damage inside, so I'll do $7 on this one, and that would be number 16. Beautiful, beautiful book inside and out. Love the press work. Outside of that, it's a gorgeous book. It's super old. 1865. I don't. Uh, yeah, I come across a lot of 1800 books. Okay, but the closer to the early parts, like 1860s and before, those aren't so much. 1880s, I find a lot of those. And that, I think that was just the boom in the printing. So a lot of people don't know this, but printing is a technology, or was maybe. I think it still qualifies as is, but it is a technology. Okie dokie. Again, that's number 16 for $7. Oh, let's see what we got down here. Oh, here's a teeny weeny one. Oh yeah, Through the Looking Glass with Alice. Chapter 1. Now the outside is a little beat up, as you can see. The inside, it's like this one got this one was exposed to water. There's some pages missing. Here's the yeah, this this is gonna be a $3 book, y'all. So this one would be great for journaling. For you ladies out there for doing journaling, you can get Alice in Wonderland journaling. As a matter of fact, if this one doesn't sell, I'm probably going to strip it down and throw some of the pictures in the big stack of ephemera bits and bobs that I'm putting together, which will be sold at a later time. Oof. And this looks like the spine somebody's using as a place marker. There's Mr. Walrus. But this would be a good book for you if you wanted to. I would say this would be a great junk journaling or one of those crafty type things. This would most definitely be it. You get an Alice in Wonderland book. You don't really want to tear it up because Lewis Carroll rocked. That's the author for those that don't know. So, this one gives you a free pass to taking some of that stuff and adding it to your thing. Hello, Veronica. How you doing? That will be lucky number 7. Lucky number 11. Alice in Wonderland, $3. Like I said, some of the pages missing, water damage, but it's a great journaling book. Ooh. Arg. Okay, I got another book here. Okay, I got you, Veronica. Some of the pages are missing, just so you know. But what's this one say? Oh yeah, Making the House a Home. This is 1922. Oh yeah, this is another book that I had shown previously. It seems that I have 2 of them. But it's basically the story in here is this guy fixing up his house. Sees a piece of furniture, talks about the furniture, where he bought it, how in love with the furniture he was, and thinking about where he could put it, and that's all in here. That's what this is. The making of his house. Publication 1922. No pictures, but large print, which always helps. So if you want, let's see. The rent and the furniture installments came due regularly, just as we had expected. So did the gas and electric light and telephone bills, but somehow or other, our dream figures and actual realities did not balance. Yep, that sounds right. Yeah. Ew. Well, I can't use that number anymore. I'm missing a button. Or as one of my friends used to say, a baton. He talked like Forrest Gump. He'd say button or button or cotton. Oh, and he's not ready. Oh, I can't find my. Yeah, this. Veronica. 3. Okay. All sold books go down there. Woohoo! Okay, so $5. $5 on Making a House a Home. 1922 publication. Guy talks about home, rent, life in his house. $5. Number 17 for Making a House a Home. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, here we go. I got a neat one here. Does have it's missing its spine cover. But here you go. Boy Scouts under canvas. Got that big old thing in there. There we go. Boy Scouts under canvas. Here is the front. And so you can see all the nice color work that goes on it. Here, like I said, it's missing the spinal cover. Spinal cover. I can think of spinal tap. In the back, it looks like somebody got a hold of a stamp with their name on it and just went Malcolm A. Harris. So, this is actually a story. This isn't about Boy Scouts. Not like a historical. This is actually an adventure story with Boy Scouts in it. Under Canvas, or The Hunt for the Carteret Ghost. 1915. The pages are in good condition. There is one illustration I see, and that's pretty much it. There might be 2 or 3 others in here, but I keep pulling out things here. Free aluminum foil with dinner bell nut margarine. The Glidden Food Products. Well, and here's your bookmark for this one. An old recipe. I'm just going to leave that in there. If somebody's interested in the Boy Scouts book, I do 5 on this one. I don't know. Yeah. I tell you what, I'll take 4 on this one. The condition warrants it as a 4. But the inside of the book is good. All the pages are glued down to the binding, the inside binding. So here you go if you want it. Okay. I got Veronica in for 4. I see bad moon rising. I don't know why CCR is in my head. Thank you very much, Veronica. It's always appreciated. Book number 2. I have looked this one up, and I have sold this one on eBay before, but it really needs to be in top condition for it to sell on eBay. And this one is, well, it's not bad, but it's not great. Okay, this is not one I would consider selling on eBay. But you resellers out there, like I said, I've sold this book before, and you get about $40 out of it if you want to know. But there you go. It's a Udell book. There's a blue cover, a green cover. This is the green cover. The green fades, so you might come across a different colored green, but it'd be the same book. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, this is from, it says here, it's from the War Service Library, which I looked up and tracked down. This is meant to give the soldiers on the line something to read while they're at war, which sounds pretty cool. It says, That Printer of Udell's by Harold Bellwright, author of The Calling of Dan Matthews, The Shepherd of the Hills, etc., etc. This is 1911. There are some engravings in them. There you go. It's all about the advent of the printer. As I said before, print is actual technology. People right now, they don't think of printing as a technology, but it most certainly was. So, Come on, Smoke. We've got her now. A man and his dog. So there's some pictures in them here and there. This book really isn't. I'd be in it. Presented to the soldiers of the United States by the citizens of St. Paul. Soldiers and Sailors Camp Library. I do 5 on this book because of its tie to soldiers in battle and on the line so much. But yeah, I would have to do 5. But if you find one of these out there in the wild and it's in better condition than say this one is, see the things coming off. I'd consider doing this one for 4 as well, just because of the condition. But I'm not going lower than that. So you could probably strip it for some. Oh, excuse me. I don't mean to do that. $4. Printer. That printer of Udell. Soldier's book. Oh, we have a wiener. Okie dokie. I think it's really neat that it's for the troops, and it's even marked as. I think that's just neater than poop, as I often say. Yeah. Presented to the soldiers of the United States by the citizens of St. Paul. American Library Association. Soldiers and Sailors Camp Library. This book is provided by the people of the United States through the American Library Association for the use of the soldiers and the sailors. Pretty cool book. Going to Veronica for 4. Thank you very much, Veronica. Dooby-dooby-doo. Well, I'm going through these pretty quick. Oh, this one's got a pretty cover. Oh, this is a Western. Zane Grey. I know that is Zane Grey, very prolific Western series writer. Yeah, The Desert. This one's called The Desert of Wheat. That Western stuff. Draw, Pilgrim. I don't even have a paper. Okay, so made in the U.S. of A. 1919 is the date on this. There are illustrations and they are listed. There are 4. Pretty cool. Then gray books in really good condition for a book of 1919. Little separation right here, but that's really the only condition. Front and back looks good. The cover is a little beat up, but I think it adds to the flavor of a book from 1919. This book is $5. Yeah. Yeah. Daylight had just cleared away. Oh, page 111. Okay. Page 1. Oh, I just passed one. No weapon would have sufficed. Hardly aware of Nash's blows, Kurt tore at him, swung, and choked him. Guys are duking it out. Neat little thing there. Hands up. He discharged the revolver right in the faces of the stunned plotters, and snatching up the money, was gone. Reminds me of a movie I watched. Oh, I can't even remember. It's one of my favorite movies. It's called At Close Range. Pretty good. A Western. Well, you got both kinds, country and Western. So I will let you take a look at it a little closer so you can see. $5. Zane Grey. In good condition with illustrations. The back. It's that cloth type cover. That's going to be lucky number 13. Yay. Oh yeah, Loop de Vega. Okay, this is I showed this as a preview. This is a Spanish book. This is one of 4. I don't know which one this is, but the spine is in absolute beautiful shape outside of this one little bit here. But it looks like a book ought to look. You know, if it was on a shelf, it's got those ridges every once in a while, and it's got a little bit of gold and titles and words. You know, it looks like a book should from its side, right? And anytime you come across the books that are like this, you know they're old, okay? So there is the front and the back. It appears, yeah, okay, so the first page does come out. The first couple of pages does come out. As far as I can figure out, this is a play of some kind. I cannot read Spanish. And I looked this up. This is like 1880, 1890, I think. So it is Spanish. I can't read Spanish. I can just tell you it says Lope de Vega. I used to have a Vega. Obras Escogidos. Rociadas, maybe. The Algona, imagine the Bronx. Nina, yeah, I'm butchering the language. I know I am. But, hmm, uh, gee, I don't know. Well, like I said, the first couple of pages come out. They are brittle. I should charge extra since it's in Spanish. The foreign books always sell better. Maybe because not so many of them made it, especially since this one was printed in Madrid, not Mexico. So I do $6 on this book. The pages that are coming out looks like a preface, which is something we can live without, honestly, in most books. This is pretty neat. It's kind of like a tie-dye thing, but yeah. And I imagine these are made in that fashion where they took a bunch of stuff and then they just drew lines in it and There you go. Anyway, $6 for the Spanish book. It's number 27. If you're interested, you can look it up, all you eBayers up there. Lope de Vega, Lopedde, Vega, as in car, Vega. So, you want it? There you go. Oh, let's see. Okay, this one's a beautiful book. This one's going to be a little pricey. I apologize for that, but this is how to be a good reporter, how to do shorthand, stuff like that. How to be a good reporter. It is in wonderful condition. Beautiful press work. Nice guild work on it. It's called The Reporter's Companion. There's nothing on the side. And the back has press work on it too. Nice and bold. This is, oh yeah, I gotta show that. The sides have the, I gotta, I didn't look to see if this one was one of those books. If you can get the books to like side, it hurts the books when you do it. I don't want to do it to these books, but if you move the front cover back, these might reveal a picture. Probably not this one, maybe, I don't know. Looks like somebody's already tried to do that. Okay, so let's talk about the book. Here is the front. Like I said, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful book. 1877, by the way. Which is hard to see, is inside the circle, it's all shorthand. I'm not sure what it says, but all these plates at the top, they're all in shorthand. And here's an exercise to learn how to do shorthand so you can become a good reporter. When people are talking real fast, you need to write the stuff down because video does not exist. Let's see, what's this say? Oh my God, I don't know. Brascography? Writing exercise. It is difficult to understand our own ignorance, for it requires knowledge to perceive it. Ooh, looky there. I might have to steal that. That's a pretty good one. Here's a bunch. Here's K's Kingdom. Words to start with K. Or that have the k sound. Anyway, shorthand looks like a backward 7. If it's descripted, it looks like a paper clip. I don't know. This is a pretty cool book. It really is. I'm gonna have to be all in it. I'm gonna ask 15 on this book. I know it's a lot, but this book is gorgeous. There's only a couple more up on eBay, and trust me, they are going for way more than 15. And this one's in better condition than the ones that I see, in my opinion. So I'd have to be in at 15 on it. It is gorgeous, and it comes with this nifty bookmark that somebody was using. Let's just see, issued quarterly, third quarter, September 26, 1920. All of it picture cards. Publishing House of the Methodist Episcopal Church. Yeah, okay. But I'm going to throw that in to this because it was in there anyway. I said 15. I'll bring it down to 13. I like the number 13. It's a wonderful number. It's my lucky number. It should be everybody else's lucky number because I was born on that day. So 23, if you want the reporter's companion, shows you how to do shorthand, shows you how to be a good reporter, how to take notes quickly when people are going da 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 da. So there you go. I'll do 13 on this book, number 23, if you're interested. All sales tonight that I'm showing tonight are good for 24 hours. So 7 p.m. tomorrow, Wednesday, 7 Eastern, all sales go off. So anything that you saw after 7 p.m. and I've had it somebody come in on a post wanting something that was like at 7:05. Oh, I might take it at that point, but and it depends. If you come in at 7:30, then probably not. So if you see something you want, make sure you put in the comments, please, before 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay. This one's got some nice work done to it on the cover. Let's see, Pilgrim's Promise. Pages are in good condition. They're brittle. Well, I mean, not terribly brittle, but another 20 years and they'll be falling apart. Oh, you're going to do this to me, huh? Oh, I need a publisher. I had all this marked. Oh, yeah, this is the one that's not marked. This was 1909. Anyway, this one's called Pilgrim's Progress. And Pilgrim's the name of a guy, by the way. Just so you know, this is the Ulta edition. There are a few different colors of this book, depending on the edition. There you go. Spine looks good. This is all press work, as you can see. It's gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful book. Back is blank. Inside cover says Mrs. Somebody. Here is the front cover. Oh, and there's oh, let me see. There aren't any pictures in it. It's all words. That really doesn't bother me. I don't need pictures to enjoy a book. That's what your brain's for, right? You're supposed to make this stuff up in your head as you go. But let us, said Christiana, if we may be so bold as to choose, be in the chamber that was my husband's when he was here. So they had them up thither, and they all lay in the room. Okay, there's a lot of that wording going on. Thither. Anyway, $10 on this book. Pilgrim's Progress. Beautiful cover, nice press work. All the colors come through. The same goes with the spine. The spine they really overdid. Not that they overdid, but it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Looks like a book ought to look from the side. If this one was sitting up on the shelf, I would notice this book because of all the work done to it and how it pops with the black background, and it's great. And it says illustrated right there, so that's a thing. This is I believe this was 1909. You have to go find other books like this and don't take it from just one source, but several, and go from there. Just because one person says it's 1908, it might not be. Go look at 4 or 5 and put them together and go with that. $10. Pilgrim's Promise. That'll be number. I hate these. Number 19. We'll just call it a 19. If you want it, $10. Pilgrim's Promise. Gorgeous, gorgeous cover. Gorgeous. I've shown this one before. I don't know why, or maybe I've got another one. I don't know. This is by the same author as Uncle Tom's Children, Native Son, and 12 Million Black Voices. The name of this book is called Black Boy. This is a 1945 book. It is in good condition. Let's see. There is that right there. And the same on this side. But I've looked into this book here. Try it like that. Yeah. Says Black Boy on it. And by Richard Wright. This is about a black guy growing up. It talks a lot about his childhood and his cousin. There you go. So it's just a personal story from a black child's perspective. So this is what we got. It's pretty, you know. HB, that's the authors. Or the publishers, excuse me. Yeah, that comes off. I do $5 on this book. 1945 is what this book is. Yeah, that's what I said. 1945. Duh. $5 on the story of a black child growing up with his cousins. $5. Anybody's interested in that, we'll do number 25. Oops. Hey, where's the rest of this book? Okay. Missing the front cover. I swear the front cover was in here. Huh. I thought it was. Anyway. Memoirs of the reign of George III to sessions of Parliament ending in 1793. This is volume 4, by the way. This is 1796. I said 1796, not 18. 17. So there's some history here. It's missing a cover. It's kind of old, right? So it's over 2. And there's no pictures. It's just a book. 3rd edition. So it's not 1st edition. Even though it's missing the front cover, because it is a book from the 1700s. I don't know. There was a couple others sitting up on eBay, and they're wanting like over $100. Of course, theirs are complete and in better condition. I do. Well, I show you the scroll work on the spine because the spine's intact, believe it or not. But it's got all the nice. I can tell there used to be gilding on this. You can see where the gilding is still there. It's got the separations like a spine should. If you see it in a bookshelf, it actually looks like a book, not just it's got contour, it's got color, it's got pop, it's got its designation for the fourth book in the series, volume 4. So, oh shoot, I don't know. 1796, I think that's worth $10. If you don't think so, maybe I can understand your point because it's missing the cover. But you're talking over 200 years old here at this point. So for it to still be in this condition, well, I got Veronica in for 10. And the back just came off. Hey, ta-da! Maybe it's always been off. But if I find the front, I think the front cover is around here somewhere, Veronica. If I find it, I will definitely send it with it because the I don't know. I'm really surprised it's not in there. I thought it was. Well, we got Veronica in for 10. You just feel the history in it, right? It's not, to me, it's not as cool as, say, like a deck of cards from the 1700s. Because a deck of cards has been held by a lot of people, and with books, you never know. With books, it could have been sitting on somebody's shelf or behind a pile of wood or something, for 100 years and in the corner of the garage. You never know with books. But with cards, everybody's handled cards. But still, this is history, right? 1796. Not too many people own things from the 1700s. And this is what I like to sell people is stuff from the 1700s. And I've acquired stuff from the 1600s. So, yeah, I will look for it. Yeah. Think how many eyes have seen it. Oh, okay. That's enough of that, Andy. Thank you very much, Veronica. It is. Do I find myself repeating? It is always appreciated. Yes. Almost. I will definitely look for it. I've got a big thing of books out there. I'll go through it. Okay. I got another one here that does not have its front and back cover. Well, I do have the front and back. And this one isn't as much as that last one. This one is most definitely falling apart. The front and the back come off. Yeah. This is um, the works of Shakespeare. Bill Shakespeare. Everybody knows Bill, right? Oh, and people that don't know him call him William. But there's all kinds of notes taken in here. There's the vellum is still in here. Oh, okay. Vellum in there. The dramatic works of Shakespeare from the text of Johnson, Stevens, and Reed, with a biographical memoir, summary remarks on each play, copious glossary, and varium notes. Oh, there's an old English word. Whew. embellished with a portrait of Shakespeare and many other illustrations. Ah, oh, Bill. Let's see. But there's notes taken all over this book about the play. Shakespeare was appreciated by the people at his time in his own country and in others. That's all handwritten notes, bunch of them in here. In the fancy scroll works, the people did with the big quill pens. I come across a whole bunch of quills, by the way, going through my stuff. I'm looking for a date. It should have been marked. I thought these were all marked, but it was not. Taming of the Shrew. That's not bad. Huh. Huh. Where's the publication? Probably past the memoirs. Okay, well, this one's old. I'm going to venture to say 1800s on this. Um, there are pieces of the book. Yeah, Shakespeare's complete works. This one. This one, I don't know. Seriously, it's a big, heavy book. It's in the interior is in good shape. If tiny printing, King Richard III. There's a boring one. Oh my god. Like I said, Macbeth, my favorite. I don't know. It's got illustrations in it. I think it's worth the illustrations for $5. Like I said, this is probably mid 1800s book. Covers are missing, spines damaged. The interior is in great condition, and it's got those dyed edges here. So I told you before those cost a little extra. So in their time, huh? Okay. Oh, I'm going to show that. Look at that. That's somebody putting their. This is my book and did all that fancy stuff. Look at that stuff. That's just cool. A present from Elle to her sister Maddie. Man, that is gorgeous. Look at all that. Somebody loved their sister very much to do all that. That's just gorgeous. I find that more intriguing than the rest of the book. There's my autistic side. So here's a mark for 1921. Here's one that goes 1908. So I venture to say this is late 1800s, early 1900s. If you want it, yeah, I'd do $3 on it. Okay. William Shakespeare, he's out there. Two Gentlemen of Verona. Not sure I know that one. Twelfth Night, or What You Will. What to do about nothing. Oh God, I've seen and read that. $3. You sure you want this, Veronica? $3. And these things are in there. Let's unfold these and see what they are. Oh, let's see. Newspaper clippings, duh. And it seems they have new bonus plan to be proposed. Treasury officials and Senate leaders evolving scheme based on money awards. British debt to be used. Program will have president's approval. Land settlement will be dropped. Something about soldiers. New bone and more. To be continued is right here. State reports closed convention of DAR. Presidents elected. The Daughters of the American Revolution. Well, who hurt when an auto rams a telegraph pole. Okay. Well, I give you some time. I'm going to include these in the book. They were in the book. So, there you go. V3. So when your jalopy hits a telegraph pole, not a telephone pole, a telegraph pole, kind of puts you where things are supposed to be. Okie dokie, 5 books to go, and this one is Water Damage from Hell. Oh, let's see, I'm going to have to, yeah, this one looks like it was dunked and dried out, so this one's going to be a cheapie, y'all. Let me see if I can separate this page. Oh, there we go. The political manual. Hey, here we go. Comprising numerous important documents connected with the political history of America, compiled from the official records with biographical sketches and comments. Published here in Indianapolis, Indiana, 1864. There's okay, so just so we see, this is, it looks, like I said, it looks like it sat in water and somebody dried it out, right? So it's got condition issues. But there's some pretty pictures in it too. Here's some dude without hair. That looks like Lincoln because it is Lincoln. Uh, you know, oh yeah, well the back is still full. The Florence sewing machine. Look at that advertisement, y'all. Why am I saying y'all? Because I'm thinking about the Weather Channel. That's why. The best in the world makes 4 different stitches in reversible feed adapted for something. Oh, I really just can't sell this book. It's got, I don't know. I'm gonna have to retract this book for sale. I'm probably just gonna take that sewing machine thing out and then ditch the rest of the book because it's stained. There's some black stuff on it. It might very well be black mold. Uh, on paper, I doubt it, but I don't want to take the chance. So I'm going to retract this one from offer. Sorry about that, people. And I just scratched my nose with black mold. That's awesome. Okay. And I've shown this one. This is Mark Twain, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. As you can see, the spine cover is missing. It does have both of its covers, front and back, and if you want to, the spine cover is in the book. Looks like somebody was using it as a placemat. It says 1946. Does have illustrations. Like it says, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Everybody should know that, I would think. Yeah, it's got some hook fin. I don't know, Tom. Just all kinds of things. Tom Sawyer, 1946 Missenstein cover. I'll do $3 on this book. I gotta stop itching my nose. So, if you want The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, $3. There's illustrations in it. If you do journaling, you could probably rip those out. This is, other than that, it's just a general book. You know, it's all the pages are in excellent condition. They're very pliable, bendy. If you want to get technical. Oh yeah, here they are in the cave. Chapter 32. Turn out they're found. So I got Veronica in for 3. Welcome to the Veronica Show. Let's see. She's getting all first pick stuff. Today a holiday or something? Did I miss something? Oh, thank you very much, Veronica. Mailed off your books yesterday, so you should be getting them probably tomorrow or Wednesday. Wait a minute, tomorrow is Wednesday. Probably tomorrow or Thursday. Since you only live a stone throw away. Yeah, I miss the company too. It's not just about the me selling thing, right? It's not just the money. It's getting together with some friends. That's kind of what this is, right? Uncle Tom's Cabin, or I had a newer version of this that nobody wanted. I donated it. Or The Life Among the Lowly. 1892. Uncle Tom's Cabin. Or The Life Among the Lowly. The Universal Edition. Okay, updated copyright to 1879. Here is the front. The oh, yeah, this white stuff is coming off. Might have to work at it, but my fingernail is getting it off there. So, and underneath it says Uncle Tom's Cabin or The Lowly Life of something. I forget. So, just a second, please. Okay, so yeah, this is what the kind of condition it's in. The inside is in great condition. The pages aren't brittle. Teeny tiny writing, man. People back in the day had good eyesight. This is the stuff that makes you want to have glasses. I mean, teeny tiny, man. Teeny tiny. Yeah. Next Sunday, I could do a preview for next Sunday. Oh yeah, okay. Let's get on with this. Uncle Tom's Cabin. Uh, I'd do $3 on this book. Um, yeah, 1892. Uncle Tom's Cabin. in decent condition. All the pages are there. The cover's there. If you're interested, of course she's interested. The spine feels bumpy. If you press the spine here, is kind of the cover is kind of loose, but if you press down on it, you can feel the bumps on it, which is a good thing. Okay. Uh, the different three. Yeah, that is very true, Liz. Very true. Sitting here staring at a burger because I didn't get to eat it. Oh. Yeah, okay. So before I get on with these other two books, um, so I've come across a lot of crafts. Uh, uh, like I said before, the kind of crafting that I did was a three-dimensional type graphic, dioramas and physical things you could hold and stuff like that. Uh, Mostly for my gaming, because players love props. And let's say you're a dwarf and you have a hammer and that's your main weapon. I'd go make a hammer that is whatever you described and give it to you. And they'd play with it all the time and hit the other players. It was just a good time. It's okay if they hit the other people because, well, it's cardboard. Um, yeah, I got a lot of crafts. I found some stuff of mine that was been. I've just had it forever, and it's time to let it go. It's time to move it on. Um, it's not stuff I want to sell on. Yeah, yeah. It's not stuff that I would be selling on, say, Etsy or eBay. Because I've shown some of the stuff before. Like I created this, right? And some of the things have fallen off and it's gotten dirty. I mean, this used to be a bright green, but this is all three-dimensional and stuff like that. And there's so you can get down in them and stuff. And I had cannons sitting up here and all that stuff. This is really cool stuff. I like this. I thought I did a good job on this. But it's just me practicing painting techniques, which is the whole reason I created this to begin with. So, there's that. And I've shown you the monsters and the mugs. And, well, I got 3 or 4 monsters over here. Some of them interact with the little figures, just all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so I've got a good mix of stuff for Sunday, and I'm pretty much ready to go for Sunday already. So that's it. Yeah, yeah, we'll just stick with that. Okay, so this book looks beat up. It has the front and the back cover. It was repaired at one time. This is an old repair, but this is to hold the front and cover on. Oh yeah, this is the one thing I wanted to show Debbie, but she's not here. So the first page is a little beat up. This is infantry drill, 1825. Infantry drill being an abridgment of the system of tactics for the infantry of the United States by the order of the War Department and the President of the United States with explanatory plates. 1825. Uh, yeah, this book is beat up. Stuff's coming out. I've not seen another one like it anywhere. But, it's all the pages are still intact. Here is that front. Somebody ripped their heads off. You see those uniforms? Those are called coatees. If you ever wanted to, I don't know what's that called. That's called a coatee, just like what they wear now is camos. So this is drill regulations for that time period of the early 1800s. Uh, Loading in the quickest time and firings. To fire with the company. Manual of the sergeants. Sergeant, also known as rank and file, will always repair to the parade with bayonets fixed. Let's see. What else we got in here? Oblique march in line. Right or left. Oblique. 2. March. How to halt the company. I thought we'd just say halt. Firing by file. And, it's got various issues throughout. It looks like, that could be blood for all I know. Rear rank kneeling. First motion. That's guys kneel and fire while the guys are standing and fire. It shows you how to do that in here. Because, muskets. And, I don't know. Like I said, it's really, really beat up and it has a lot of condition issues. However, it is an army regulation book from 1825. So I really don't know what kind of number to put on it. I am willing to part with it, but even in the condition it's in, well, for now, I'm going to put a price tag of $20 on it. And I honestly think it's worth more than that, even in the condition it's in. I could very well be wrong. It might be worth $10. Uh, if $20 is too steep for you, I understand. Even with all of its condition issues. But again, you're talking about Army regulations from 1825, back when we fashioned our stuff off the British, and you're talking muskets. You're not talking bolt action rifles from World War One. You're talking muskets. So that's it. I don't know, and there's. I can't believe somebody ripped out all these back pages with all the figures on them. But it shows how to kneel and the guys behind stand at attention. School of the company, and it shows how to line up in different formations and what those formations are called. This is very similar to the book that I showed last Tuesday, which was from 1918, I think, for the World War One stuff. But I'm probably going to have to confer with somebody else on this, and you know who you are. So for now, I'm going to put a price tag of $20 on it. I think it's probably worth more than that, honestly, even in the condition that it's in. There's not another one like it. I've not been able to locate this anywhere, and I'm probably going to have to go to the War Memorial and talk to a curator or something like that, or reach out to the college, which I have often done, because professors and teachers, they love to talk about stuff, and when you show them stuff like this, they go, "Ooh!" So it's really cool, and I like history. So That's book number 4. If you're interested in the 1825 drill regulations, $20. Good until tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Last book I'm going to show tonight. Keeping it in time. This is Young's Family. This is a genealogy book. The story of a last name, the Youngs, starting from whenever they came over till up to this point that this was published. Young's Family, a history and genealogy of the Youngs by Sella Youngs Jr. This one is Beto. Oh, but it's got a little bit of oopsies here, but it's got that big frame that looks like a book. And it's a big one too, by the way. This is probably a 2-pound book. Look at, yeah, wow, Voodoo Man, so trippy. I like this. Wow, Bad Karma Man. Nice, big, thick pages. I mean, this feels like good paper for its day. There is a vellum worked, which means that's an engraving. Sincerely from, okay, so that's Mr. Young's, the guy that wrote this book about his family name. Vicar Christopher Young's and his ancestors in England and his descendants in America. A History and Genealogy by Sela Youngs Jr., 1907. The truth is that the men who do not honor their forefathers deserve not the respect of their own children, and generally do not receive it. Honor thy mother and thy father. What if your mother and father don't honor you? The name and nationality, all the different names of the Youngs, different spellings of the Youngs family. Of course, there's illustrations in it. Nice ones. Huh. Church of St. Edmund, Southwold, England. Typically, I would look up to see if those buildings are still there, and most churches are. If they're Britain, however, you got to look because they've been through a couple wars and maybe they're not there. Let's see. Page 70. Oh, these are all the illustrations. Page 76, 78, 85, 90, 101, 105, 105, 117. There's a list of them. So there's a lot of illustrations. We met this guy on the way to Brooklyn. Oh, let's see. The Young's Homestead, Oyster Bay, Long Island. So, big old heavy book. Here's a bunch of guys that look rich. The back is that. This is the damage on this. This is paper moths, paper mites. I've talked about them before. Paper mites are not dangerous to us. There's nothing wrong. All they do is eat paper. That is all they do. Their mission in life is to eat paper. So, they don't do anything to you, and they're so damn tiny that you need a microscope or really powerful jeweler's loupe to see them. So, this big old book, I do $5. It's there's a few of them online. in better condition. They want more, of course, but I don't. Veronica, you want this? You know a Young's family member? These are this is good paper for its day. This is good paper. You can tell they got a little extra cloth in them. Long Island. Jimmy's in the back from Brothers from Long Island. Oh yeah, you can almost see the gilding on that. Some of it's worn off, but there's still some left. So they put a little effort into the book. Yeah. Well, you might learn a thing or two. Hey, if it turns out that you're like wealthy people, give me a call. Yes, it is. The five. Oh, pardon me. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm your person from America. Hey, listen. We don't know you. Who? No, no, no. My goodness, you got a stack of them down here. Okay, so ladies that regularly watch, Patty, Debbie, I'm getting your stuff together. Probably gonna invoice you tonight. Veronica, it kind of looks like you're close again, but I've got all the paper stuff too, and your powders and those the little things. I got a box over here with you on it, and everybody else is good to go. Still filling up their boxes. So yeah, I'm gonna get. Well, I tell you what, I'm not gonna do that till tomorrow when the 7 o'clock deadline goes off. Um, I've got more. I gotta remember one of these is yours and one of these is Patty's. Uh, yeah, that's it. Hey, I finally figured out. I've showed this before. I finally figured out what it was. I said it's a big wooden thing covered in wax. No, it's not. This is a freaking candle. Now you should have seen that before, but I don't know. I forgot they made things this big. This is probably from the 80s or 90s. You'd walk into the shops in the mall at the time were the tinderbox, and they had all these fancy candles, and that's where you'd buy the cloves cigarettes and stuff like that. But yeah, this is just a big honking candle. Anybody sees that they can't live without a big honking apple candle, let me know. It's yours for $5. So that's anybody. And it does stand 7 inches tall, not including the wick, and is 6 inches wide. So if you're missing that candle in your life that's just overly big, yeah, it's got some scuffs and stuff, but apply some heat lightly. Apply some heat and you'll get right back into shape. So, yep, there it is. There's the bottom. Looks like a big pile of dried blood. Anyway, anybody catch this on the replay? Want a big old apple size of my hand candle? $5. Let me know in the comments below. And I'd like to get it out of here. I sure would hate to donate it, but if I can't sell it for $5, I'm going to give it away. So that's what I got, people. I want to thank everybody that showed up for showing up. Everybody have a great night. Thank you very much, and hope to see you Tuesday and Thursday on the Treasure Scavengers And Ray is doing Harley Davidson stuff, and I'll be over there selling some things. So yeah, that's it. Everybody have a pleasant night. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for your purchases, Veronica. And see you next time. Bye.